All right, welcome everyone. I am so excited for this session. We've got Professor Kristi Palmer with us, and she is going to go through some information and some things, tips and tricks on creating interactive home pages. So Kristi, it's all yours. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Louise.
Hi, can
Hi,
you hear me?
Carol and Gabriella. Thank you for being here. Okay, so basically, let's just okay, how do I share my screen? Okay, I want to go here. Okay, I can see where I am. Okay, well, let's close that out. That's for my Zoom thing. Okay, what I want to do is I'm going to show you how I've created these interactive home pages, and my students really are liking them. They're giving me a lot of feedback. And what's really neat about what I'm going to show you, and that I didn't see in other videos as I was learning, the process of doing this, is how you can change them so fast. So you can literally change them week to week to week to week with, you don't have to re-upload anything, nothing. It's just so fast. But anyway, I'm going to show you just a couple that I have. Like in my intro class, this is it. And you can have as much in these as you want or as little in, but I've got probably 20 links on this. Like, I got our text supplement, our sociology book text supplement. I got a, glossary, sociology glossary. I've got a full open resource college success text. If they click on this, they get to the online page at Richland. If they click on the green ribbon, most of you know that I've got a mental illness and I've got a blog about it. Green ribbon is for mental illness and mental health. And so if they click on that, it takes them to the National Institute of Mental Health, where they can get information on depression, anxiety, all that sort of thing. So I thought that was kind of important to do with everything going on. And then of course they can get straight to Richland if they click on the computer. This is another textbook that they can use as everyday sociology. Obviously, I got some little things on the whiteboard, Psych Central and some writing guides. If they click on this little guide, this little motivational quote, it takes them to other motivational quotes that are specific for college students, which I think is kind of cool. And then they click on the TV somewhere. If they click on the TV, I don't know why it's not doing that. They can get to my crash course videos. And then, of course, there's all kinds of student resources I have for being an online student. But it just takes them directly there. But I can change this so easily because I'm linking to a Google slide, which is actually online. So you're not uploading anything. This is literally connected to my Google account, and I'm sharing this slide with them. So if I go into that slide in my Google account and I change one thing, the next time you refresh the screen, it'll change. So that's how simple it is, to keep it fresh. But that's one. And like, just to give you an idea, I have them all a little bit different, like the abnormal psych one. It looks, I've got like a brain, so they can click on the brain for, 3D brain. And I've got Freud, they can click on Freud for the Freudian theory. And so, I kind of copied and pasted a lot of my stuff, but then I kind of try to make it pertinent to the particular class. So you can kind of get like your own template and then kind of play with it. So, but they like it. And when I first put this out there, I did an announcement. I said, okay, tell me how many clicks you did or how many links you found. And some people would say, oh, I found 5. And so I would say, well, I found 8. And they're like, oh my gosh, there's that many? And I'm like, well, there's more than that. But they like it because it's just kind of a neat thing to look at when they log on. You can change yourself. I'm going to show you how to do all that, but they really like it. So, okay, so this is all you do. This is this easy. You go to your Google screen and you click on, okay, I'm gonna have to move this little guy. Okay, you click on slides if you're logged into Google. That's literally all you do. Okay, you can see that I did this one today because I was just practicing so that, I would have, so I'd be fresh and doing this for you guys. But basically, all you do is create a blank slide. And it's kind of like PowerPoint, but a little tiny bit different than PowerPoint. But in terms of the layout, it's just really easy. Okay, I'm just gonna get a blank screen. Now, the first thing you want to do, and every time you click, it saves. So you never have to worry about not saving it. But I'm going to show you how you can name it a new thing, and so you can have all of them separate. The first thing obviously you want to do is get a background. And so if you click on background and choose image, I always go to the Google image search. And so what we can do is, let's do this. Let's look for like a wall floor background. And then, isn't that cool? You can just see like all the backgrounds you want to use, which is kind of neat because I think that doing home pages like this kind of puts your personality out there, mostly for the students that were going to be on campus with you. And so let's just do something kind of cool. Let's do this one. And once you click it, you just always have to insert. And we're done with that. So there's our background, which is actually kind of cool. Now, the big thing is just adding stuff. Whenever you add something, you have to make sure, and this is the most important thing, that you do your Google image search for transparent images. Because if you don't do the transparent images, obviously you'll have background. So, and like right here, it is kind of PowerPointy when you see it. So we're just going to insert an image and we're going to search the web. So let's start out, let's get a whiteboard because we got to have a whiteboard. So let's put transparent whiteboard. I just got a new laptop and the keyboard is like weird. Now you've got all kinds of choices. You know, this is actually, I kind of think this is cool on a pedestal. So let's insert that little guy in there and see what happens. And just like you can do with anything, you can size them, you can move them around, you can make them bigger, you know, maybe put them a little bit over here so we got room over here for maybe some stuff. But all of a sudden it looks kind of unique. Okay, now I was thinking something that I might start doing, because I kind of play with mine every week for them, is if you enter text box, you know, you can just even put like, okay, this is week, let's say number 5, and we'll be doing chapter 6, and you will have a discussion on archetypes, and you will have your quiz. But then I also have a task, choose movie for review and get approval, okay? And like you can do what you always do, and you can highlight it and make the font bigger and change the font to whatever you like. But it kind of helps them to see, okay, this is what's going on. This is on the whiteboard. This is what we have to make sure we do type thing. So I just thought that might be kind of a good idea. And you can just change it every week so they have a real quick view. I was also thinking, here's something I did on another slide, because I think that all of us have different due times. I can't see myself, so I don't know if I'm looking at you guys or not. We all have different due times. Like some people have their stuff due to 11:59. I go 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Mondays. So it's like a work week. So I was thinking this, because people are still saying, I get confused. There's so many different people using so many different things. So if you put transparent clock, okay, let's take a look-see. And if we get a blank, okay, if we get a blank clock, we could, I was thinking it'd be kind of cool just to have this hanging on the wall. And we could insert shape. Let's get some arrows here. Let's get an arrow. And if I just did like that, and then I can do Control D to duplicate it, and then we could slide it around the second one and kind of, oopsie, kind of turn this little guy. So he is at 9 o'clock. I mean, something like that. So they know, okay, 9 o'clock, you know, that's the time type thing. That's, you know, that was, I was just thinking that's a good idea. And, you know, you can, we can do like, I think what everybody likes and what you always see in so many of them are a bookcase, which I do think is kind of cool, because like I have all my, you know, texts on it and extra stuff on it and little, you know, you can put whatever you want on it. Let's insert a book and then we'll hook it up to another thing, and I'll show you how easy it is to make your links. So let's do just a transparent book here. And we kind of want this stands up a little bit. Let's see here. Oh, I wanted to show you something else too. I forgot. There's so much to do on this, and I know I'm only doing a bit of it. Oops, that's too transparent. Let's delete that. Let's try again. Insert. Let's see here. Image, and we're going to search the web. Okay, let's see here. Let's just get this little guy. Okay. And we'll just put him on the bookshelf. Okay. Okay. What if you're like, okay, well, my text, my open resource, you know, I kind of want it to be, you know, the one they really look at. So what you can do on any image in Google Slides is you can right click it and you can put format options and you can click on recolor. Okay, right now I haven't recolored it. If I click right there, so I can make my books all different colors. So maybe I want it to be blue because it stands out a little bit more. So, you know, and then if you Control D, it just duplicates. But then if I duplicate them, I can make this one, okay, let's do this one, this color, you know. So you can make them all different colors and stuff really, really quick and easy. So I think that's kind of cool. Okay, so I'm using open resource materials for 3 of my classes. So let's just say I'm doing the marriage and family one. Okay, here's the link to it. So here's what we can do. I can just insert some text and we can just put actually text. And then I'm going to click the book because I want the whole book to be the link. You can either do insert your link, but I usually do Control K, and then just paste it and apply. And now you got it. They can click on that and it's an active link. So that's how easy it is to link stuff to, you know, to your page. And if you kind of hover over it, sometimes it'll show you that you've linked it to something. So yeah, there you go. So you know that, okay, I've already linked that one. I don't want to mess it up type thing. Now, a lot of people are using Bitmojis, which is what I did because, you know, you can see me, that's my Bitmoji. You have to have your Bitmoji on your mobile device because it's an app, but Google will take it from there, but you can't just have Bitmoji without it being on your, you know, like your phone that's, you know, connected to everything. But if you want to use Bitmoji, obviously, just, you know, you get the app, that sort of thing. But what you can do is you can add it as an extension, and that's what you have to do. So you basically just, manage extensions. It'll say to add it. You add it. It's that easy. So if I click on my Bitmoji, I can see all kinds of stuff. And these are ones that I've used, you know, in the past. So, you know, maybe, oh no, I've used that one. Let's do this. Okay, so let's right click this and copy it. And let's get it down here. Let's just control. Oops, we'll just paste. Okay, so there I am. And it looks like I'm pooping or something. Okay, you guys are supposed to laugh at that. Okay. So let's insert, let's do this. How about a transparent chair? And now, watch this. We can insert the chair. Aha. Let's go like this. And then we can move me on it. And of course, I'm going to have to bring myself forward. Here. Let's see here. Oh, shoot. How do I bring forward? Arrange. Don't want that. Don't want that. Oh, poop. I forgot to practice that. Oops. Sorry. There's a way to bring it forward. Obviously, I'm like, you know, pretend I'm sitting on the chair, okay? Actually, let's do this. Let's undo me. And now let's just do me again. And it should work just fine. Let's see here. Okay. Let's do this. Copy. Oops, did I copy it? No, I shouldn't do that. Copy it. Copy. Let's go here. Paste. Okay, now I can do it. And now I'm sitting on my chair. So there I am. So that kind of puts you in it, you know. So that's kind of the basic part of it. But it's really fun because I mean, you can like, on mine, I tried to put a little bit of myself in it because, I do like plants a lot, so I got some plants. In one of them, I had a little Dottie, one of my little dogs in here, and, you could have your pet in there. And like when I update mine, I'm going to have it to where if they click on the plant, they can go to like this plant thing that looks at plants as they help people, with mental health. You could have your pet on it and have it be an active link to, pet care or something like that. I mean, it doesn't have to just be, what your class is about. It can be so much more. And it goes to a different, it always goes obviously out to a different outside. So you don't have to worry about them losing the page or anything. But that's really kind of the basic of how you do it. Now, everything's been saved, it's been saved. So what we want to do is we want to do file and we want to do save as. So where's my save as? Actually, I also want to do something else too. Okay, first of all, let's do our save as. Now, why am I not seeing it? It should be right there. Because, no, wait a minute, I'm wrong. I'm so sorry, I am wrong. It's already saved. So we want to do, just name it, workshop slide. Okay. Now, here's what's really cool. If we go to, let's just go to my sandbox, which when we first had Canvas, I kept deleting and Kona had to keep creating. But okay, let's go to my sandbox, my theory sandbox. Okay, this is what I used to have. I mean, it was, obviously I was just playing around. Okay, so what I can do, pages. No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I do. And I want to, nope, don't want to do that. I'm so sorry. We want to go to pages. And, okay, let me think here, guys. How did I do that? Because it's been a couple weeks since I uploaded. You want it to be, yeah, you want it to be in the page. So basically, we want to add a page, and we're going to call it our Bitmoji homepage sandbox. Okay, and we've got that, and we are going to put this in it. Okay, so if we want to share this, what we do is we want to publish it to the web. Okay, we want to embed it, and we're going to publish. Are you sure you want to publish? Yes. So now we can just copy this, go here. Oh, we got to be in their HTML editor, excuse me. So if you're not in it, it's not going to work. So HTML editor, now we can do that. And now we're going to save and publish. Okay, we're going to view all of our pages. And I want to make this the front page. Okay, so let's go home. And there it is. And everything is, that was what we had when we did it. So that's how easy it is. But watch this. If I go back to my slide and I say, okay, you know what? I'm going to take me out of there and I'm going to take the chair out of there because it's too whatever. Okay, if I go back and I refresh it. So that's how easy it is. You can just change it in your Google slide and it will literally change it right there because you're working on an active link. You're not uploading anything else. So it's not a pain in the rear to, to keep changing it and stuff. And then what I did, just the last thing that I did that's helpful is that you duplicate the slide and then you open a new file, paste that slide, and then name it something different. And then you get, you got all your slides there. So that's really all you do. It's really pretty simple. So ask any questions. If you wake up.
My thought, so first of all, I can't believe how amazingly cool, and I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, it took you only 20 minutes. to explain all of that. Like, it feels like it should have been an hour just because of the amount of content covered, and yet it was 20 minutes, and that seems like not so overwhelming. I almost feel like we need like a go home and play with it on your own and then come back and ask Kristi questions workshop.
Really. And then, like, if I go to, okay, let's just go to open. It shows all of my slides that I've played with and had fun with. And then, okay, well, I want to monkey with my marriage and family one. Okay, so let's just do that one, because let's see, we're doing something about communication this week. So maybe I'll add, like I'll put like a big thing, ellipse on it or something, and they can click on it. It'll be communication. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and let's insert image, search the web. Let's just look for transparent mouth. And I don't tell them exactly, I don't want anything too sexy, obviously. Some of those are a little, how about, you know what, that's kind of cool, actually. Okay, so let's do this. We'll just do this, and we'll get it nice and small, and we'll kind of, and they'll think, what in the world is that? Okay, so there's a mouth, okay. Now let's kind of click on this, our little marriage folders. Oops. Him around a little bit so he's not quite aligned. Okay, so now let's do this. Let's see here. We'll look up marriage communication, and let's just see. Okay, Psych Central is really, really good at stuff. Okay, so let's just, I can always take this down if I don't want it. But let's just go ahead and do this. We'll do this. We'll insert our link, and we'll just enter. Now, let's do this. Let's go to my marriage and family class that we just did. And there's the mouth. It's already there. Isn't that cool? And now, if they're like, oh my God, what the hell? They can, sorry, I shouldn't cuss. They look at it and they're like, oh, look at that. That's kind of cool. It's like, talking about, some marriage and communication and stuff. So that's how simple it is if you want to add something, which that's why I think this is so cool, So that's pretty much, how simple it is.
My wonder was even, because I saw that you're able to enter videos. So I'm thinking, even if you wanted to do like a weekly one, I wonder how many of my students watch my like introduction to this week video. And I'm like, but I wonder if I had a homepage and like on the whiteboard or on the TV screen or something, I put my video, and would they be more likely to click on that video?
I bet they would.
So yeah, I'm just like, my brain is kind of exploding, and I was typing some comments and some ideas in the chat box too. I'm like, imagine like for your class, if it was like a scavenger hunt that first week of your class, and they had to like search around in your class to try to find things on this page. Or for Louise, I'm like, it's a virtual bookshelf, and she could have like things there, or an Easter egg hunt where each week the students know there's something hidden in the image that will get them extra credit or might help them with a test question or something, I don't know, something.
But you're right, Kona. Because when I first started playing with it, you sent out that link, and I thought this is kind of cool. And you're right, because I was kind of scared at first, and it's like, oh my God, this is so easy. But you always think of different things you can add. And you know what I was thinking? What you said about a video, linking to a video, if you could literally take, like in your Bitmoji, I gotta move our little box here. Okay, my Bitmoji, we could just do this, and you could just,
oh, how cool.
Yeah, you could just easily, here.
And then make that a link to.
And then make that your link to your video.
Yeah.
I was playing with this.
Wouldn't that be fun? Go ahead.
I was playing with this over the weekend, and you can find I found a television that I put on the wall of my room, and then I inserted a video on top of it, so it looks like the video is playing on the television.
Yeah.
Get out. Can you show us that?
I can try. Hang on.
Can you share your screen?
Let me give Faith.
I'm sorry, but that would be so cool because I don't know how to do that.
All right. Well, it might kick, I don't know. It still says, okay.
Okay. Well, actually, I put it in a window. But I could put it on the TV screen too. Let's see. Can I do a screen share?
Hey, Alex, imagine if you had to do more like online things, even with some of your courses or things like that. Like there's a lot of really cool stuff I'm thinking for like orientations and things like that,
I mean, my mind is kind of blown right now.
I know. It's like
There's the video in the window right there.
Oh my God.
I was playing around with some different windows.
Louise, I saw what you just said. And yes, I told him, I just did an announcement. When I first did these, I did an announcement and said, you know, take a look at our homepage. There's all these different links. Have fun clicking around. They'll be updated and changed. And that way they just know to do that. So yes, I did tell them about it.
So now I've got the video in the TV now.
yeah.
All right,
I
Faith.
love it.
Faith, I want to
Yeah.
see Elvira Gulch go flying by on her broom.
Okay.
Hey, Louise, something else is when you have things like this, students will naturally mouse over things. And when they mouse over it and it turns into something clickable, I mean, students just naturally gravitate.
This is the one I was just playing with just now as you were doing your presentation, Kristi. I was doing a second one. This was the first one.
I love the chair. I love that chair. But you know, Faith, if you go back and forth years, you got two very, very different scenes, but isn't it neat because you can show your personality, and it's almost like, I just thought it was really cool because it felt like the students were kind of coming in to my space almost. So it was kind of more classroomy.
Right.
You know, that's why I kind of think this is a neat idea because you can get so personal with how you do stuff. That is so awesome.
Yeah, well, and I'm even thinking, and I would have to play around with it because I know we have embed codes for studio videos. I'm wondering if I can embed a studio video into that. And if not, I mean, heck, I'd be willing for at least some of my videos to put them back up into YouTube just to because I'm like, I really would love so instead of, I mean, granted, I really do like the flying cow around the video, but I would really like the idea of having like my video, my introduction of the week video being on that screen, and then them like getting my introduction and then having all around the classroom links to the other things they need to be doing. I think there's so much cool stuff you could do.
I wonder if we could do that with studio videos, that would be amazing to be able to do that.
That would be really neat. Yeah.
Do you think that's possible, Faith, with like HTML? I mean,
I'm sure as long as we get the right code, I'm sure we could.
That would be really, really helpful.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. As I was watching that, I'm like, well, I know we can get the embed code. So I'm like, if we can.
But I don't know if, we might have to publish it outside of Canvas though.
Well, with the embed code, what the embed code does, because I've had to give out like the embed code and stuff like that. And normally it's almost like you're agreeing that this is going to be like that, like marketing uses the embed code to post on Facebook and like websites.
Oh, okay.
The embed code should be a public thing.
So you don't have to be, I see. That's a great idea because that would be kind of neat instead of just having the video be one part of the module that they can skip over. If it was like you said on that home, on your screen, and it was like, that's a great idea.
But then I love also the idea of having
write down
around the room, having like the other resources for this week. Like here's my here's the bookshelf is where I have my resources, and the assignments are maybe over here on the board, and it's all clickable. Like I'm just trying to think of ways to get students more engaged. And I think especially given the course, I just think there's so many cool things we could do.
Now let me ask you something, Kona and Faith. Okay, so if I wanted to link something from Canvas, how do I do that with the Google slide? How would I link that? Like if I could link to a module, or if I could link to,
What I do for that type of thing is normally you can right click on something and copy link address. Now I will say if your course isn't public, we would have to do some testing to see that since like regular people might not be able to view it, but as long as the people in the course have access to that,
Right.
they should work. So it's one of those where it might not work outside of your course, but as long as it's embedded in the course where the link came from,
Huh.
I'm almost 99% sure you should be able to just embed whatever you wanted, you know, from your course. Like even, I mean, because you can even get like for a module, there's hacks to get even like you could link to an entire module or different content items and things like that. So
I love that idea. I love that idea because that's one thing I didn't know if I could do was actually link the stuff inside the class since I was creating this outside the class. But that makes sense.
Yeah, no, for me,
that makes sense.
I would totally customize it and like get students right back into the different parts of the course.
I would
Like,
think you should be able to copy the web address of a particular page, and
yeah,
I would think
So
so. Again,
that would be simple.
I would think so.
So
Hey,
the
Kristi,
thing is, though, you would have to test it. I mean, just let me know if you want me to test it, because then I can go in as one of your students, or we can add a test student into like your sandbox class.
That's
But
what I was
I'm
just thinking.
like about 99% sure, as long as the links you have are the links like in that course that the students are registered for that course, if they click on it, it's going to take them to some place in the course which they have access to. So
Yeah, because you can email them a link to a page in your course.
Right. Yeah.
So for me, it's just make sure that you're staying within your course, because as soon as you like, whoops, and then I'm linking to a course and, you know, in a different semester or in a different course, then it would mess up. But otherwise, yeah, it should totally.
I'm going to play with that.
So would you suggest, so like instead of having, you know, the way I have my course set up, it's the same every week. There's resources and then kind of the 4 big assignments each week. So what about scrapping all of that, putting everything on a page, and then as Kona was kind of talking about, you know, every week they look at the bookshelf for the reading, they look at the TV for the video for the week, they click, you know, on the board or whatever for each assignment.
Yeah.
Could you do everything from that?
Yeah.
So, like, do we even need modules? Is that what you're saying, Alex?
Say that again, Kristi.
Like, so kind of get rid of the modules and just go directly have that literally be your classroom.
Yes.
Oh, I'm getting excited just thinking about that.
So
that's kind of what I was thinking too.
Yeah, so week 1,
I
here
love
it is.
So you could have a different slide for each week and then just link that that slide to the
and you can even, you know, I would want it to be consistent so they know exactly where things are, but like, you know, depending on the season, change the close of your Bitmoji and do all of that to still kind of personalize it each week, or even based on whatever you're talking about that week, like you mentioned.
Like one of those magnetic weathermen things you used to play with a child. Now put the boots on, it's raining, giving them umbrella.
Exactly. I was thinking like at Halloween, I'm going to get like find like the transparent like spider webs and have that all over and, you know, have like maybe a little Christmas tree and a little Kwanzaa, you know, symbol and, you know, a little Star of David for all the holidays, you know, in December. And so.
But how cool would that be to be able to decorate or to be able to.
That would be.
Whatever your personality. I mean, if your Cubs won, you know, or whatever.
Exactly.
But you could do that. And you could even do that on the fly. So what if something popped up in the middle of the week? You could have a like current event thing that just popped into your class, and it would be more likely, I think, for students to catch their interest because they'd be like, oh, what's that just popped in? And more likely to click on it because it's in that kind of format. Yeah, no, honestly, my mind is kind of blown. And Alex, I totally think you could just replace this with, you know, instead of the modules, you would just have all the content that would be in your modules be on each slide. And
Like a graphic novel online course.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it would look like.
What
That
does
is
that
such a cool idea.
What does that do with accessibility? That's my first question. My second one would be how well does it translate to their apps on their phones?
And
That's a really good question.
we don't know that. We would have to have someone, I don't know if anyone has this. I mean, I don't, so Kristi right now and Faith, you're only two, but if you go in and look at it from the app, yeah, I don't know how it would look. And maybe
Oh,
that you have to keep a module view just
Mm-hmm.
in case they need it.
Yeah.
Well, you'd almost have to have the modules in there anyway, because that's what you're linking to, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna have a module page there anyway. So maybe you have a link that just takes that they click on it and it shows the modules page.
Yeah. So that way, if they needed it,
Mm-hmm.
it would still be there. But if they want the fun version.
I wish I don't have my iPad right here. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to grab my iPad so I can see what it does look like on my app. Because I'm kind of curious how Michelle said that.
There's Michelle coming in with the good questions.
Well, I know, look at her, like, but that's a really good question to raise, is how would,
Because I'll bet it's not, I mean, there's no way that that's accessible.
well, but it's a Google slide, and Google is normally pretty, like, good about accessibility stuff. I will say that.
Okay. So let me see here. Chloe Hush. I'm just going to see if it works on my iPad real quick. I'd be curious about that. My son's Chihuahua's here. Grandma's watching her. Kind of a mess.
Give her some sugar and send her home.
That's what I always do. He's like, don't give her treats. So I give her treats. You know what? I'm not seeing anything when I click on my class
There's
on
no,
my app.
Oh,
But I've never had a student say they don't know what I'm talking about when I've said, look at our homepage. So
huh. So that will take some
So
additional.
what are you seeing instead?
nothing. Okay, now, okay, let me, nothing. Oh wait, no, there it is. It loaded.
Oh, it took time to
Ah.
load. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's definitely there. Let me see if it's,
Clickable.
yeah. I just clicked the Richland. Yep. So yes, mobile, it does work.
Woohoo.
Okay, so that's one. So now what about accessibility? What would that might be an issue?
Well, just making sure, I mean, for me is just, could a screen reader pick up the links? But if they're just links, shouldn't a screen reader be able to register the different?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
might have to click around through the different links. But ultimately, I mean, as long as they're just links on the page, I'm thinking the screen reader.
Just have maybe something that says accessible, a sign or something on your wall, an accessible version, and that's the only thing they have to click on, and it goes back to
Modules.
modules.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
Mhm.
Because since it's a page that you have, you know, the code in or the link in for the Google slide, you could add anything to that page, you know, that would be above the picture of, you know, your classroom or whatever. That's a really good idea. I'm excited about seeing if we can get a studio video. I'm really excited about that.
I'm really thinking we can. Like, right now, well, you know
Yeah,
what? I
We
guess
need to play with it a little bit. Yeah.
like, okay, I guess I could.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting here like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, you know, I could just open up this video.
That's what I just think I kind of
Right.
wanted to do.
I'm like, I could just try this. And so let's see, share media, create public link. Here's my embed code. And then I'm going to open up a Google slide real quick.
Michelle, I haven't seen you for so long.
Look at the amazing leaves behind her on the Good Needle board and the fall sign and her pumpkin.
Pumpkin, I'm still super stoked about. It's very tactile.
Oh, you have your good noodles.
Nice.
I brought it home from my classroom, my good noodle board.
There's no way that could get torn down.
Yeah. What does it look like at school? I haven't been on campus all semester. Are they tearing up is it the south wing getting torn up?
They haven't started yet.
When are they going to start?
I heard October. I could be making that up, but I thought I heard October.
My new office
what I
is big, and I haven't even gotten a chance to use it, but it's big.
Where are you?
I'm in the old Heartland, like where James and Marcella
Oh,
used
Where
to
the
be.
map people used to be, yeah.
But I got the bigger office. I don't know if it was the dean or but it's like it's like 2 offices big.
Is that
And
Tim Taylor's old office?
is that the one
Yes.
straight in?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be the dean's office. Wow.
That used to be Tim Taylor's office, yeah.
I could get a sofa in there if I wanted to. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Of course, I'm getting it a couple years before I probably retire and COVID, so that's my look.
All right, I'm still playing here. I don't see an embed where I could enter the an embed code, but Faith might be, because I do see like a couple like script editors and things like that. So I don't know if that's something Faith might have a better chance
Concur with it. Kristi, can you show us how to publish the Google slide again? Because mine did not work when I tried it. I
Yes,
missed
can you share my screen here? Let's go back to here. All you have to do is, let's see here, let's share this. Okay, so all you do is when you go to File, you just want to click on Publish to the Web. But you have to make sure you click on Embed
Okay.
and just leave everything else alone, and then Publish. Yep, I want to publish it, and then you just get your code right there to put in your page. But you just have to make sure that when you make your page in Google, you go in the page, go to the HTML editor, paste it. Because if you don't do it in the HTML editor, for some reason it doesn't work.
I think, yeah, you have to go to the actual HTML. I think what I missed was the publish to the web piece.
Yeah.
Now I see that the link has an iframe. That makes sense. So, okay.
Yeah. Does that help?
All right. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
And once you published it, like updating it, I can update this right now, and you don't have to like republish it or anything. It's out there, so that's the only time you have to do that for each slide.
Okay.
But I made the mistake of like making one and publishing it to like my intro class, and I changed it around for my marriage and family class, and I didn't even think of it being active. And so when I redid it for that class, the first class changed. So that's why you duplicate the slide, open a new one, bring that slide into the new presentation, and that way you can have your separate classroom slides, So that was the biggest mistake I made. But it's so much fun just to play with.
All right, well, looks like they have, I'm like looking up how to embed into Google Slides. So if there is a way, we're gonna figure this out.
Oh yeah.
I'm wondering if you put the video on a page.
Except I really just want it to be.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But like you also say, if worst comes to worst, I still got my private YouTube channel that, if they have the link, you can look at my YouTube video. So I guess if worst came to worst.
Yeah.
That.
There is I'm looking in Studio, and there is a share media, and you can create what they called a public link.
Yeah, but that didn't seem, I tried the link and that didn't work, but. What
about the embed code though?
That's where I'm trying to figure out a way to embed it into the presentation. And that's that's my hang up right now, is how would I embed it?
Well, now, wait a minute. If you put share video, so if it says create public link, I see an embed code.
That's what I'm looking at right now.
Okay.
That's not working.
Where were you at, Kristi?
Okay, I put share video.
Oh yeah, no, I've got the embed code. I just don't know where to put it into the Google thing. So that's where I'm kind of like right now. I'm like, where would I put that embed code?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try something.
I'm tinkering with it. I was trying to put it like on a shared drive. That didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they
That
do.
what I
All right, so we're gonna sit here and play some more. So anyone vote for, like, I don't know, give us 2 weeks and maybe have another course or another like open session where we come in and we
and
share
share.
and just share what we're doing and what we've come up with and any questions, or maybe we haven't even done anything, but we just want more inspiration and
I
see what
think-
everyone else has done.
Now, wait a minute. I was just, okay. You know what? I think it says you can also get add-ons. I wonder some add-ons might be to where you can like embed.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to play around.
Yeah.
If it's possible, we're
I
gonna
think so
figure it
too.
out.
Yep, I agree.
We're gonna figure it out if it's possible. But yeah, so like 2 weeks, we'll schedule another
Perfect.
session, and
That'd be kind of be fun to see what all we come up with and how different they all are.
yeah, I think that'll be really cool.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. Well, does anyone have anything else? Sorry, we're just sitting here now. We're just
We're just playing.
now we're just
I know it's
playing.
just fun to play.
I know, but I know everyone's also very busy, and I don't want to, take up anyone's time. So otherwise, I will say let's just I'll double check with Kristi and her schedule, and then since everyone who's here, obviously, this time seemed to work. So I mean, we could, if this time works again in 2 weeks, we could just go ahead and do that again and roll with it, because I'm really excited now to get in and play even more. Like I had kind of been playing a little bit, but now after seeing what Kristi did and then Faith and then like talking to people, now I'm like, ooh, and then even Alex's idea, I'm just like,
I know. I
yeah.
thought that was a good idea that Alex had. I really want to play with that.
Like I know the links will, like I'm like 99% sure, like the links should work. It's just I really want that video. Like I want that video in there bad.
I agree.
Me too.
I want it. I want it.
We want it bad enough. We'll figure it out, won't we?
Yeah, we'll
That's
figure it
what
out.
I thought. I'm like, well, if Faith wants it too, I'm sure, like, if it's possible, we will. So
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again, Kristi. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Everyone. Have fun playing. And yeah, I look forward to seeing everyone in 2 weeks, and let's see what we come up with. So bye.
Bye, everybody.